another episode of
He Said,
She Said, with your girl Danielle D. Ella.
And I'm Tim Wayne, as always. And you over there getting chocolate wasted.
Yes.
Right.
Guys, this is so good. Try it out. It's called Choco Vine.
Whoa. We ain't doing no promotions until we get paid. We don't do that.
Okay, well, don't try it out.
Yeah.
Go find it. I don't know what the name of it is.
If they see you in person, they see you in the streets, then you can tell them about it. But until then, we're not telling nobody about nothing.
Okay. It's a little nasty, but I got a bald spot. That's because my part is trash.
There you go.
It's a trashy part, but I'm not bald, y'all.
Oh, I'm a little bald right here.
But when are you doing the transplant thing or the whatever it's called?
Well, I made the executive decision that I'm gonna not fix my car. I'm gonna just go ahead and buy a car. So
time out. You said car.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a car
your
first.
Hair.
Right. So I'm
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm being an adult. So I'm gonna buy the car. I'm gonna buy a new car. I made the executive decision. I've come to that kind of over the weekend. I was like, do I want to fix this one? And then I thought about it like that car is tied to a lot of stuff, a relationship, an old relationship, things of that nature and stuff like that, which it wasn't a bad relationship. It just didn't end the way I wanted it to end. So, but at the same time, it's like, let's move on to something else. And plus I rode in a nice, I want to say Altima. No, not an Altima. Jesus, I can't remember the name of the car.
Is it a Nissan?
No, it's not a Nissan. It is an Acura.
Oh.
And their screen was as big as my damn face. And so I was like, I want that. And so I have been looking at the models and they're not bad. They start off at like 17, like the lower end models. Of course, Acura always has like 4 or 5 models,
right?
Cars. So I was looking at the lower end model, and that's what I was riding in. And it's not bad, but it's not what.
Didn't you see that? I saw like the little list thing they were saying like what billionaires drive.
Yeah.
And it's like Toyotas. I don't know if Acura was on there, but like Toyotas, just not big name car brands we would think about. So I'm like, it don't matter. As long as it got air, it ain't no hoopty. We cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like bells and whistles, so I'm a little bit, I like features and stuff. I'm a ride in a car. And plus, like, I drive a lot. So yeah. So
I miss that. In my Altima, I had like leather seats, like heated seats. I had like the really good sound system. I had the sunroof, all that stuff. When I got this Kia, give me the basic stuff. I don't care. But now my next car, whenever that is, I pay this one off next month. I might want some more bells and whistles, but I want an SUV. Or I've always wanted a baby blue Jag with peanut butter inside. Ever since I was in like middle school.
That's very ghetto.
What? How is that ghetto?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about like.
I think that's cute.
Peanut butter guts with a baby blue. Why? Yes. First off, Jags are terrible.
That was when I was in middle school. Like I always used to want one, but now I can pass on that. I don't know what I want, to be honest. But what was about your hair?
The hair is after the car.
So the hair is a man car. Okay, cool. That's
so I'm just prioritizing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I have been doing some research. Like microderm, like that's a thing. You get the little thing.
Yeah.
Hair growth, stuff like that. Also, for you men that can't grow beards, you need to get that. If your beard don't connect, I don't have a problem. But if it don't, you need to go get a microderm. They have
and do whatever. I've seen there's like this little brush thing.
Yes,
a lot of women. Yeah, women do that for their eyebrows. And so I saw guys who've been kind of filling in or connecting this is my thing. I don't hate. I'm going to let men know. Women, we're not hating out here. Huh?
It looks like little whiskers. You just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are not hating out here. I'm kind of glad men are getting hip to the game. Like they got the tummy tuck thing.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
And of course, the hair pieces and just difference. I'm like, women do it. So if a dude want to do it, more power to you.
Yeah.
I'm just mad that y'all are late to the game.
I
Y'all
just
should have been on this.
well, one, because most of the time men don't care, but two, also like I think men don't want to be judged. I definitely don't want to be judged because
We're
like
not judging y'all.
I know some. I mean, I have some.
Men might be judging other men more so than women.
I know some. I know it could be.
That's what I think.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. I think I know for a fact. Like I'm very very sensitive about my hair because I felt like I didn't. I would. Just keep it funky. Like I didn't grow up with a silver spoon, so like I was getting these low haircuts like I got right now. I was getting these all the time. And then I felt like when I started really making my own money to where I could pay for my own haircuts, my hair was just like, whoop, I'm gone. And so I didn't even get an opportunity to really connect with my hair. And that's a big fucking thing. Like it is.
It's a good spinoff because let's go ahead and address it because I don't want to talk about it. We should be done with it. Talk about Will and Chris just to be done with it. By the time this airs, people need to stop talking about it. Today's Monday.
Yeah, it is Monday. I mean,
when we drop it, by that time,
I feel like you've been wrong. I'm gonna try to get this out tomorrow because I feel like this is gonna be a good one. So,
well, go ahead.
What did you?
So I didn't watch the Oscars. To be perfectly honest, I have no politics in Oscars. I've never been a fan of watching the Oscars, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't really care. Even music award shows, when I was a kid, maybe, but even now, I don't really watch them. But anyway, I get the clips afterwards. So anyway,
right.
I heard a little bit about it on the phone. I was kind of looking at stuff, but then I kind of went away. And then I came back and I was like, oh, wait, what's happening? So of course, saw that it was real. I have two takes from it. I don't agree with the way he handled it, but I agree with his reasoning of why. And number two, I am not him. None of us are him. And if you were in that position, you could have handled it differently, whatever. But if it were me, I feel like I definitely would have maybe would have went up there and said something, or I would have stood up and been like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to cut it out. Or he could have even said what he said, like, hey, keep my wife's name out your mouth. How about that? And, made a bold statement in that type of way than having to go like smack them. That's my only issue. Of course, we've all seen different takes on it. And it's been really interesting to hear different people's takes on it, which has been really interesting. But for me, guys, if you think one way or another, it ain't gonna make me feel no type of way. I think they've made up by now. So
they have. So both Will and Chris in the last hour. So that lets you know how fresh this is. Within the last hour, have both apologized to each other. And
this is via social media because I ain't seen nothing.
Via social media. Will just made an apology. I was gonna go ahead and read it anyways.
Okay.
So I went to Lanier's because I stumbled upon my words. Just so you know, I went to public school. So this says that violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior last night's Academy Award was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but the joke about Jada's medical condition was way too much for me, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed about my actions. And I want to be a man. I want to be a man about that. There is no place for violence in this world, only love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all of the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family, the King Richard family, and I deeply regret my behavior. And my behavior has stained what was otherwise a gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. Now, that being said, I have multiple points here. As a man, as a person that has felt like they've been picked on and has acted out, not even, I wouldn't say picked on, but just talked about to a point to where I just wanted to react, and I did. There's a couple of points. One, at the end of the day, Will Smith was wrong. And I'm a fan of Chris Rock because I believe his last stand-up had a lot of stuff in it that we have really never seen from Chris Rock. And some people don't think that Chris Rock is funny at all. I am one of them. I think some of his jokes hit and some of them miss. So it's either the joke is gonna hit and I'm gonna be gut like or I'm gonna be like, that's a dud, and not say anything or not be reactive at all. So the joke was a dud. The joke was a complete
it was trash.
So even though G.I. Jane is about a real person that really went through this horrific thing in the military and came in with like battle up against odds and things like that. Cool, I'm all for it. I get the concept of where he's trying to go through, where he was trying to go to, but the movie is old and dated, and I'm gonna roughly say probably a lot of the people making commentary on this issue probably don't even remember this movie.
Right. It wasn't that memorable either.
It really wasn't. It came out in the 90s.
Right.
It wasn't like, ooh, this was one of the greatest movies of all time. So it was like, damn, bro, you could have came with something better. He could have made a joke about her trying to be like Amber Rose. I could have got that, but he didn't even do that. So it was a shit joke.
It was like an indirect joke about her hair. Yeah, if you don't know G.I. Jane, if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
And I think she was a badass. Yeah, it was a good move. Like it was great against odds. She ended up doing very well for herself, but his intent more was because about her hair. She looks like she could be G.I. Jane. So
it was still shit. So then we get to Will. So Will walks up there, and let me tell you something. That nigga's form was flawless. He walked up. It was the walk was buttery. The slap was buttery. The walk back was buttery. The response to keep my wife's name out your mouth, buttery. All of it. A plus all the way around. However, if it were me and I was that upset, I would have waited till you got to that back room and I'd slap the shit out of him there. But at the same time, like you ruined the night. You ruined everybody's night. What Will Smith fails to realize, and maybe this will move on. Maybe we're so like nobody's gonna care at the end of the week. And in 2 months, this won't even be a thing because something else would probably happen more horrific. And let's hope not, but Jesus, it is very possible. But Will, when he dies, let's say if Will Smith was to die 15 years from now, so this Will is 65, 70, whatever.
Oh, I thought you said like right now. I'm like, he that old. No, I get what you're saying.
If Will Smith were to die like 20 years from now, so he's 75 years old, people are going to bring that up as one of the things. And that's the thing. Other than these last, and some people will say that this has put a stain on him with Jada kind of being a bird, because she has behaved in some bird activity.
She has some,
yeah. Okay. I'm glad you're agreeing with me. Okay.
I hope that them together it's a lot of weirdness going on.
It is,
but that's their business.
And I honestly feel like all of that, like one, I didn't know Jada Pinkett had alopecia.
I knew.
I did not, because I don't follow the Red Table Talk like that. Because I feel like it's always something negative coming out of it. So I don't want nothing.
It's actually really good. It's really like therapeutic
at times. But let's talk about what's happened over the 3 years. Tupac was a great lover. You weren't that great of a lover. You're not that great of a lover.
Their marriage has always been a talk of Hollywood.
Since they've been together.
Yes, they've been together.
Since they've been together.
So they're they've
So
always
it's very awkward because I like Will Smith and I like Jada Pinkett when she does do stuff, and it's just like, why? Like, why is this happening? But anyway, I digress. My point is that Will should have smacked him in the back. If you was gonna put your hands on him, put him in the back. You've added a spot on your legacy. Now, Will Smith's legacy is massive. Okay, he's one of the first megastars, movie megastars. Nobody was doing box office or numbers like him before. So he is one of the first. We have to respect him in that manner. But it's a spot. It's a spot on your legacy.
And the thing with that, Black people, they will put you through the ringer for your spot. I do not agree with what Bill Cosby did, because I do believe, with all that had been said, there has to be some truth to what had happened. Mm-hmm. But that man's legacy too has been done for.
R. Kelly.
But there was a listing of like other white actors that have won, who in their personal lives have raped people, apparently, that have been violent. So, but we don't remember that in them. But Black people, when you do wrong, America and society is gonna never let you live that down.
Right. So if I'm not mistaken, Harvey Weinstein has a ton of Oscars.
Oh God.
And he's the filth of the film. Mm-hmm. I want to say Mel Gibson.
He had some controversy too before.
He called his girlfriend. He was calling his girlfriend a nigger. And he talked about how he was gonna hang Black folks and like that.
Well, some man apparently he raped somebody and he was exiled somewhere. I was really like, what? But you don't know, you don't even remember these people. But like you're saying, but then too, in that moment, I don't think obviously he was thinking of none of that. He didn't even know he was gonna win, but whatever. But like you said, it affects so many people. And it was so funny. I just watched the movie on Saturday. I was bored. I said, let me watch this King Richard. And it was a great movie. And I was like, and the Oscars is coming on.
Yeah, it's really good.
Good movie. And so it messes with their story.
Yep.
Bel Air is out, the show. You know that he's kind of obviously tied to the show Bel Air.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving them the green light.
It messes with that. And I don't think, and then I did not like how Will say that in his speech? Yeah, I walked in here like Richard did. He was like saying like he was being like Serena and Venus's dad.
He said that he felt like he needed to be a protector of his family. Yeah,
because like obviously, but he said, I roll up here like Richard, like, I was really being Richard again. I'm like, so now you're trying to show like Richard was violent? Because in the movie, and I don't recall hearing ever of this man being violent. I know he got beat up. He had to protect himself. Yeah. But he wasn't the aggressor. Right. So I didn't like how they kind of Will made a reference to him being Richard. Like, don't do that.
Man. Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And that speech was like, it because of the timing, Will was just saying stuff. He was emotional still, just saying things. But Denzel's quote, that was it. God gonna get the glory. Y'all better throw that in there. The devil will try to come up in here.
So what I did like about Denzel and even Tyler Perry, big ass, is that they went and checked on him like after the situation. Now,
but I hope somebody checked on Chris too. Okay,
that was what I was gonna get.
Somebody checked on me.
Chris Rock.
His face hurt.
I listen. He got a solid chin. We got to give Chris Rock his props because he kept the show going.
Yes.
He made a joke out of this. Now, what Chris could have done is he could have lit Will's ass up. He could have talked about every stupid ass movie he done done.
He could have really went in on his wife and the entanglement.
Being a bird, still being in love with a dead man, even though she's been married to a man for 20-something years. Like, he could have lit them up. He could have lit that whole family up. Could have lit the whole family up. But he didn't.
He could have threw hands. Of all else, he could have threw hands too.
He could have snuck Will in the back of the dome.
He could have. And it was funny when he was like, at the end, he was like, he caught himself because he was about to be like, I could have. Oh, okay. Like, but I saw, was it Tony Baker said, as a comedian, Chris Rock now has a whole bit to do.
Yeah,
Like,
but guess what? I want to go see Chris Rock on tour because he's going on tour with Kevin Hart. Now I want to see what he's got to say. He got a whole 20-minute segment. He got a whole 20 minutes.
And he's smart because he hasn't really said much. So people are gonna want to know what he got to say.
Silence
go on tour, buy them tickets.
Silence is the greatest answer.
Yep.
Silence is, I mean, in this case, you be silent, you be stoic, and you just roll with it. Because when that Rock Hard tour goes, the standing ovation that he's gonna get when they get to New York is gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
He showed all types of restraint. That national
that took a lot. You're right. That's, as a man, outside of it being Will, anybody on national TV assaulting you and slapping you like that.
Yeah.
Nah. Like, everything goes out the door in my mind. I'm seeing straight red. Nigga, what? Like,
yeah, it's like,
forget this whole damn show. It's you and me now.
But that's the thing though. I didn't even have to do anything physically. He could have just lit him up with words. Yeah. And that would have stung longer than him getting hit.
Yes, that's just me in general. I'm not a fighter, but I cut with my words. And I know that. And I don't be like, that's a good thing of me. I don't want to say that's a positive trait that I have. But my mom's always like, you're like your dad, or like you just, damn, you say things that can really cut people. And I'm sorry that I would have.
That's what Chris Rock is known for. He is known for having just a nasty, witty mouth. And he wanted to, because Will Smith is funny, but Will Smith ain't a stand-up comedian. He's tried it, he's done it, but that's not his forte. We're talking about Chris fucking Rock, bro. This motherfucker has been doing this shit for 30 plus. He's been doing this since the late 80s.
Yeah.
No, the early 80s.
Yeah.
Because he had a stint where he was on Saturday Night Live. Like, he was like, this is not new. And he's known for being impromptu and being able to go off the dome. That is something you don't.
And the Oscars have become a roast session for everyone that is there. Like, so there's writers, I heard too. It's not just the people that are hosting. There's writers that give them what to do. That's why people thought this was fake, because the way it was like kind of going. So we'll give this a couple more minutes, but yeah, I love that. I love that he stood up for her. If we drop the fame and these were two regular guys and something happened, it would just be two dudes. One dude said something about my woman, I'm gonna correct you real quick and we done with it. But because of their status and fame, it's an issue. But yeah, shoot, my man want to go tell somebody, shoot, all right. I don't need you to tell somebody over my hair.
But what you need to understand is there could have been a really negative reaction to that. So for every action, there's a reaction. And that reaction could have been Will getting snapped upside the head. He could have got hit, fell.
It could have been a brawl.
It sounds over the top and it sounds extra. This shit happens. I've seen it happen. I've seen somebody get hit upside the head. They fall on the ground. They split themselves open. And the next thing you know, they're not here. They gone. They were on a stage. Will could have got hit in the back of the head. He could have fell, messed himself up for a while.
I don't know, somebody would have like real. I mean, yeah, the stage didn't look, it was a flat surface. I mean, I don't think surface,
but there's also levels to that stage.
Well, yeah, if it was a full out brawl and they all over the stage, then yes. But what's interesting was, well, I think because it was Will, because no one got up when Will started to get up, because you would think it was anyone else. Security would have been like, swarm. But I guess because Will got up, they were like,
Will Smith was an A+.
Yeah, so they didn't think nothing of it.
Plus.
But I also was mad. Someone said too, the fact that it was two of our iconic Black men.
Yeah, going at
it. On the national stage. It hurts me to see that that interaction happen on TV like that.
I would have been cool if Will would have just said, well, keep my name out keep your fucking my name out my keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'd have been cool.
Yeah.
I'd have been.
But yeah, I don't judge. Like I said, I'm not him. I wasn't in that moment. We don't know what's always going on behind the scenes or whatever. But yeah, he did what he did, guys. And you can do what you think.
Niggas don't be out here doing that. You ain't Will Smith.
But I think what the world needs to know, one thing is
that doesn't represent
when they settle the beef. We settled, like the beef's been settled. I believe when Diddy was like, we're going to handle like family, we finna go to the back at the after party, we finna figure this out as a family. Like, we're going to straighten this out.
Yeah, so, I'm pretty sure there was more. I'm pretty sure that wasn't even Diddy's calling. I'm pretty sure that was probably like a Denzel or Tyler Perry or some.
But you know, Diddy's all about love nowadays. He's all about love and light and making money and going to get it.
Have you seen his fucking Fridays videos?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's get on to the next thing.
Yeah, but so what I wanted to talk about, I think I had sent it to you about let me find it because I don't want to miss it.
And while you're talking about the swimmer, so yes, and while you're doing that, there was some comments from last week that and your good friend, I don't want to butcher, is it Verona? I don't want to say her name. It starts with a V.
Well, you kind of barely said it, but whatever. Go ahead.
I can't remember.
One of our listeners and supporters. Okay.
Right. She said I saw her little caption of this had me heated. I want to know what was she so upset about.
Okay, so one of the questions that I was given, and I'm thankful. I hear a lot of people that do watch. If you don't want to drop your name, or if you don't want to say your name in the comments or when you DM me or whatever, just say like, don't say my name, but this is a question, this is what I want to say. So they had said they wanted to ask you, so what do I deserve? If I'm asking for too much in a man, then what do I deserve then, Tim? What kind of man do I deserve?
Okay, so here's my thing. I think you deserve everything you want. However, what I'm also asking you is to be just a tad bit realistic, that your ideal man, even though you say you want this in a man, you want that in a man, you want this in a man, like even for myself, like I know like there is going to be somebody that I'm going to probably fall head over heels, and she's probably going to have everything that I want, but there's going to be something that I'm like, oh yeah, you know, there's going to be something that I'm just like, she may be a terrible laugher. She may not.
A strong laugh.
She might get. She might got that strong laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Strong laugh.
She might get. You know, she may not be, and I'll be compared.
Those are like little personality things. We were talking about having shelter, a vehicle. That's what we're talking about. Having some money in your savings account. There's having a savings account.
There's nothing wrong, but what I was, again, I'm going based off of your situation, and now that I know a little bit more detail, and I didn't know everything about that.
Yeah,
you did share weekly, like
weekly updates.
Yeah, so I got a little bit more. So there are things like the last piece that you shared with me, I was like, oh, like I can't help this man right now if you doing that. Me personally, I would have never shared that with somebody that I was with. I'd have never shared that. If I'm a sufferer, if I'm suffering.
But I don't think sometimes, I don't think that wanted to be shared with me, but it just was. But yeah.
That's just me. Like, there's things that I do share things with my friends. I do share things with my partner, but there's some things that you got to kind of keep tucked. I think if you're trying to woo a girl, that was one thing you want to keep tucked. And again, that's just a conversation. Again, there's a lot of details for y'all that are being left out, but my nigga, no.
But it explains to my point of, okay, so I need you to have the basic things and be able to obtain and still hold on to these things like a place and a car and not living paycheck to paycheck. That's what I'm asking.
What I'm saying also is, the paycheck to paycheck thing, listen, not everybody's making guapo.
No. Yeah, but to the point where you're able to take care of yourself, where you're able to kind of still do some things you want to do. You don't have to continuously look at your account. Oh, do I got it? Or,
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, she just wanted to know what you thought I deserved.
When you say it like that, that's fair. I believe it's fair. There's a lot of wording and things like that get mixed up. It was getting a little hot and peppery and spicy up in here, so things could get a little misconstrued. There's also, I think there's times where both of us were listening to listen, and then there's times when we were both listening to react. And so
I told you I came cocked and loaded. I was ready.
Yeah. So when you have things like that, then there can be things that are misconstrued. But also, like I said, I didn't know every aspect of what was going on with your situation. Now that I know, or when I found out, and again, I didn't know everything, but there was just certain things I was just like, oh, I'm like, oh, bro, I could.
But even outside of that, if you didn't know everything, I still don't think I was asking for much. And I think, once again, too, you don't know everything about my previous dating history of people, to where, Tim, I've dated lots of men that I've looked past a lot of things. Okay. So I don't prejudge as much as you think I do. My friends would be like, Danielle. Well, as I said, maybe it's me, because I be picking like, and I don't want to even throw dirt on these men that I've talked to.
Yeah, no,
because I did like them, and I think they're great men, and I think they just have some things they needed to work on.
Right.
Shoot, one of them, I truly love that man, and I still got love for that man. I hope he make it. I hope he wins.
Right.
And even this last interaction that I had with the guy, I told him, I hope you win at the end of the day. Like, it's nothing wrong, but I do not. I'm actually not very picky at all. I probably should be pickier. So yeah, but yeah, that, and the shout out to my cousin Marcus. He had commented, and he even said, so he agreed. He doesn't think he didn't agree with the comment of people should be at a certain point at a certain age.
Yeah, that really rubbed me the wrong way, because
I agree.
I've been in those situations. I've had, and I've talked to even some family members where they were like, oh, well, you're at this age, so you should be doing this, and that. I'm just like, bro, you ain't doing that. So how you gonna put that pressure on me and expect me to just right now? If you have that type of faith in me, then say I have the faith that you will do X, Y, and Z at this age, but don't condemn me because I'm not.
Right.
If I'm not where you think I should be at my age, that's neat for you. We not walking the same journey, fam. Now,
right, but I'm still gonna say it. There are certain things. We're damn near 40. There are certain things that I think, as a human, not as a man, as a woman, as a human, you should be able to do for yourself. Not even worry about nobody else, just yourself.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. I can.
And if you can't do that for yourself, don't be so quick to kind of argue someone down of the opposite sex that is like, well, then how do you want me to come into your life right now and you don't, how are you trying to work this out? Are you trying to still figure this out? Which you can. Like I said this last time. Some people want to go on the ride with you, and more power to them. That is great. That's fine. Right. Danielle doesn't. That's it. Okay. But yeah, thanks for the comments, guys.
Oh, that was good.
Yes, we're gonna do it live so people can just say stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a story. I thought it was really a good one. Born Will Thomas, the swimmer from Texas, was ranked 462 in the world as a male swimmer. Now, since changing his name to Leah and identifying as a woman, she is ranked number 1. I have issues.
Well, let me hear I would rather hear a woman's perspective, and I'll take the backseat on that. So let me hear what you got to say.
Let's say this. For who I am and what I believe in and everything, I am not against transgender anything. Yeah, I support LGBTQ the other letters, I don't want to mess it up. All of that community, I'm all about love, support. I told you, I don't judge. I do not. I don't live your life. I don't answer to whoever you answer to.
Right.
But I do believe in science and bodies. And I feel like your body composition, even someone was saying like your stroke in the swim, like how far your arms are or your shoulder width in swimming, your body is built different than a woman's body. Right. And I don't even know if he looks really, well, I'm sorry, she looks really tall and broad. So I feel like she has put herself in now a category because of who she wants to identify with. But then when you put that in the sport world, it actually doesn't make it fair to an extent. Now, at the same time, if I was a woman swimmer, I'd be like, that's cool. I'm gonna still try to figure this out and win. But if you went from 462 to number one, that's a big gap. And that is a telltale sign that there's something isn't fair, right, body composition wise. Right. So therefore, I think that is very unfair. So I guess the question of people that are transgender that want to play in certain sports, how do we make it fair to them to be who they want to be themselves, but make it fair to the sport?
Yeah, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but I thought about Joanna, man, when this happened, because he was a good player, and then he went to the woman WNBA and was the best player, like the like outright, outright. He was doing reverse layups, dunking the ball, hair came off, like. So I was just like, you have to be very careful because I don't want to come across and I don't want to offend anybody,
right?
But it's just like, how do we tip the scales to where things are fair?
Right.
That's my thing. Because usually, and I don't necessarily know if the swimmer, I forget the name. I don't know if the swimmer is taking like estrogen. I don't know how, because that may not be, she may not be able to compete or go in and take certain things to make that transition, because that could be considered like that could be against swimming regulations.
Rules,
There's rules that people have to follow, very strict, especially swimmers. Swimmers have very strict rules. There's a lot of things that they cannot take. It could be something like small as Tylenol. It could be you can't take, I know for a fact that like you can't, like in football and in a lot of places, you can't take like Adderall. Like if you're ADHD and you take Adderall, that's a no-go, because that like it helps you focus, and that can give you an edge.
Yeah.
The committees will be like, that's giving you an edge over.
But that's the thing, being a male, it's so okay. Right. It's so hard to say.
The confusion is, where do you find the balance, even though this person is transitioning into and making a transition? Like how do we tip the scale so that it's fair for these other women? Because
to me, it won't be fair, because the thing is, I don't want, because women empowerment, we're always about, we think we can be better than men, we're just as good as men. There's no, when it comes to, so I don't want to, there's so many sides to lean on, but then at the same time, women aren't always competing against men, especially in this sport of swimming.
Right.
So then it's like, no, it's women and then men. So because then it goes to other sports. We talked about Joanna, man, but I mean, that hasn't happened really in real life. But I don't really know, because I don't think it's ever going to be fair. Even if she were to take hormones and stuff, it ain't going to change the length of her shoulders and her.
It's going to be broad forever.
Like, she's very broad, and just her arms look long. Because I don't know how tall she is. She looks tall and broad.
She looks about 6.
She look like she a killer in the water. I mean, she looked.
A lot of those swimmers are very, very tall. They have
Yes.
long torsos. They have long arms.
Yes.
That's what helps them get through the water. Like,
right.
period.
Shout out to Joy. I
They're-
know her. She's a swimmer. She's amazing, and she's tall. She's taller than her sister, who's like 20-something, and she's 16 years old, and she just tall because she was helping me learn how to swim.
Okay.
That girl, length, just she gotta be like, ooh, my friend gonna laugh at me because like, then you be lying when you be making up like heights. I feel like she's like 6'1", 6'2", probably 6'2".
That's tall.
She's like up there with her mom, because her mom and dad are tall. Okay. They're just tall people, but people always think she plays basketball when they see her, but she's a swimmer.
She's a swimmer.
But most of them, like they said, they're tall. But yeah, I don't think it will ever be fair.
No.
So either you just have to be sadly try to get better. Now, if this girl keep winning, though, that might be a problem. If she just keep winning, someone need to beat her.
Now,
then people won't say nothing.
But the other point that I was going to make is 452 in the world with amongst men competition. That's not bad either. That's not super bad because out of all of the competitive swimmers in the world, and there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of people trying to compete to get in the Olympics. Even people trying to compete to just get to the trials. Right. So you could be top 500 in the world that's big. That's a big thing.
But going from that to 1.
52 to 1?
No, it's 462.
462. I'm sorry, 462.
Let's add them 10, okay?
That's wrong.
That's a jump.
That's a little rough.
And if I was number 1, and then you come over here and you now, I'm gonna have a problem.
I'm still gonna be like, I'm number 1, fam. Like
and we was number 1. You ain't right.
I'm number 1, fam. I'm number 1. But
Should there be? No, that's not right. Just let me not even say that because I ain't got
time. Do you think even as a transgendered man, do you think they should still compete in men's competition? Because now they're kind of harming themselves if they're adding estrogen into their body. That's not going to help them.
Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with estrogen? Like,
there's nothing wrong with estrogen, but you're injecting hormones, different types of hormones that affect different things. So if you're, estrogen, there's a whole, like, I'm not no scientist, but I believe when you pump that type of stuff in there, you're expected to gain a little weight. Things are going to pop out, per se. You're going to retain water more. So like versus testosterone, you know how men are. I could go on a diet right now. Yeah. I'm going to diet right now, lose 75 pounds in 2 months if I really wanted to. It may not be healthy, but I could do it.
Right. I don't know. But too, what if it switched? What if it was a woman who presented as male, went to go do something else, and then she the best? Or I'm sorry, he's the best.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I just think this is a new thing.
I think it would be the reception would be a little bit better. If you want me to be completely honest with you, because you're like, how you gonna let a transgender woman come over here and whoop y'all ass like that? That's what it would be played out as.
Ooh, I would love that in the NBA.
Oh yeah, I would
wait for that day. That would be amazing.
You know what? You know who I really thought was gonna be that person to make that transition over to the NBA as a woman? I just knew Candace Parker was gonna do it. I just knew.
I don't know who that is. I don't watch basketball like that.
So Candace Parker is cold. She's
she's a.
It was either her or Brittany Griner.
Wait. But these are women who are women, or these are women who are presenting as men?
These are women who are women. These are women who I thought were
but you're saying if they decided to present as men.
No. These are women who I thought was going to transition over to the NBA.
They could do that? You could just be a woman and go play with the NBA?
No. I thought that would have been, I thought that they were so good though. Because Brittany Griner, even she's in a terrible situation, but Brittany Griner was like all defense at Big 12, like the entire time that she played at Baylor. She was dunking on folks. Like she was just She was just the exception when it comes to like defensively. And
That's a long time though. Ain't nobody. I guess they're never gonna have women play with men unless
no,
you're transgender.
I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
Are there any transgender? I mean, you know sports more than I do, but are there any transgender basketball players that are really good?
Not that I know of.
Not somebody got to. Y'all need to break through. Shoot, I'll watch.
Yeah. And
dunking on these grown men.
Candace Parker is actually pretty tall. She's like 6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
So she's like a shooting guard. Maybe she might be a little shorter. She might be 6'4". I can't remember off the top of my head. But she's I just felt like she was gonna make it. So
well, how you saying she's gonna make it, but they won't let them play anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
because you keep saying, I'm like, wait, they gonna let them play? Let me know something.
No, I just thought that they would be like one of those.
I'll watch more.
Where they would be like, oh, I'm child, or like they would be like, they would be like the type of person be like, I want to see how I like hold up against the men.
Now, do women play in the All-Star when they have like? Is that just celebrity All-Star game when everybody plays together?
Yeah, so they don't play the NBA All-Star game, but they do have a WNBA All-Star game, and that's pretty cool too.
With men and women?
No, that's just a certain.
Oh, okay. I'm just. Why are they trying to league? Why doesn't somebody start a league with women and men? That'd be dope as hell.
You think men want? Do you think people want to see that? I mean, I personally, I think
I don't watch basketball that much, but I bet, like you said, there's some women out there that got game. So I would assume, when you people probably know women that can ball. So
this is one girl that's on Twitter. No, she's not on Twitter. She's on Instagram. She be busting dudes' ass in the gym.
Why won't somebody do that?
Oh my God.
Would be
to the
it's
point
a new side of sports that will probably bring a whole that would be bomb. I would watch it.
This is one girl, she busts people's ass on Instagram, and like she has gotten to the point to where like she's always on Instagram under Sports Center's like highlight reels. And she be doing them boys dirty, and she balls in a skirt, and I'm just like,
that's awesome.
It's so good. It's so.
Well, they should do that like maybe during the All-Star weekend, like start doing just a because I mean. Back in middle school, y'all used to have your little basketball teams that would play little whatever. Y'all had girls on y'all team.
Yeah, intramural basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we did. But that girl that's on Instagram, she also talks cash money shit, and it's so good.
But she can back it up, right?
She does it, but she don't go at nobody until she's provoked, and it's usually would be like, "Oh man, you can't guard a girl," and she'd be like, "Oh, you want step up," and she. Yeah, dropping dimes. She be, oh man, it's so.
I think that would be good. The only game I don't think it will ever work in is football, even though I love football.
Oh no, you get absolutely demolished.
I don't think the world is ready to visually see a man tackle a woman like that. That would be horrible.
I don't think the strongest woman in the world could take a hit from one of the smallest guys in the
Sadly, that is, like I said, our bodies are different. No matter how there are some women though who are built different too that can probably take and give hits as well. But I just think visually, society ain't ready to see men be plowing through no women like that. The first man that do it, they gonna look at you just differently. So, and we already know in football, there's, what do they say? It's like you're getting into a car wreck like every play or whatever. So what did you see that clip? That old football player got up and was talking and he couldn't speak. He was at some like Trump rally, or he was at some rally or some political rally, and he couldn't even like say anything. It's an old football player, and they said they blame it on all the concussions. It just came out. Let me find it. Spice Adams just made a whole little parody about it. He couldn't put his words together.
This is Aaron Donald.
Okay, go down a little bit. Okay, I see his face now. Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald is 320 pounds. He's got abs at 320 pounds. Dude, and he's considered small at his position. He's a defensive tackle. He's 320 pounds. He stands at 6 foot. And he's considered small. And he's the most dominant defensive lineman in the NFL.
I mean, like I said, I believe it. I wanted to play football. My daddy wouldn't let me, so.
Danielle, why did you want to play football?
Because my dad coached football all through me, like growing up. Most of the time I was like a little kid, so we moved here. And I just liked football. Like I love the game. And I always want to go out there and just hurt somebody. I just want to go tackle somebody hard and just hurt them. And my dad was like, baby girl, you just want to go hurt people, number one. So you don't need to play the game. Two, your little body ain't gonna take no hit from no man.
I mean, you got a big head though. You could do some damage.
That would get rocked, and I would have issues by now. I would have I'll brain damage because.
Yeah.
And I've only been one fight, but it wasn't really a fight because the girl spit on me and then I punched her.
Oh wow.
It's happened at Webb.
Okay.
And then so I've never really been like physically hit. So my brother like will play with me, but I don't know if I can really take a body shot because I don't be getting hit. So I would probably, because I get body rocked.
That's the first thing. I think I don't have a problem fighting because I've been hit by so many different sizes. And I remember like one of the largest men I've ever played against. He was like 6'7". He was like 6'7", and he was a left tackle from Texas Tech or something like that. This is when I was playing semi-pro. And he absolutely, like, he was so big. There was nothing I could do. And that man pushed me with one hand. I slipped and he fell on me. Like he just dropped all of that weight on my body. And I felt all the air leave. So I've been hit, I've been punched. I've also been in quite a few fights as well in my lifetime. So I'm okay with taking a hit. But the thing is, like, I get nervous during a fight, so I need that first hit. So
everybody says
I need that first hit. That's like that in football, right? Like in football, you get nervous. And if you don't get
adrenaline.
Nervous, that adrenaline, it gets you nervous. But once you get that first hit,
you're shit. Like, all right, I'm ready.
We good. Let's go.
Let's go.
But yeah.
Okay, that's all I had to talk about. What you guys talking about?
I have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see
I'm nasty.
I got why you laughing like that?
I be thinking of nasty stuff.
What was you thinking?
This goes back to as a kid. People have a question for you, and then in my mind, my question is always like a nasty question.
It was nothing to do with nothing.
I know, but I always do that. My mind always goes, I'm the gutter girl, guys. I think gutter, my mind, it stays there. It's been there since I was a child.
You nasty.
I know.
So my question is, I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh yes, with Nikki?
No, not with Nikki. But
I listened to that. It was good.
I just want to hear what you have to say, and I might have to send you the clip to kind of get a better idea of it, but I'll make it very, very, very plain and simple. So there's a girl that got in contact with Joe Budden. They do this thing now where they basically get in contact with, like, they give like relationship advice.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of hard for me to look at Joe Budden to give relationship advice because one, he's had multiple failed advices, so like a relationship, so like everybody has, but at the same time, like his is more public and way more toxic than I would think a lot of ours is. And he's also like a millionaire, and he's got a lot of money and has had a lot of money for a long time. And people would say that Joe Budden's been broke. Joe Budden's never really been broke. He's always been able to get a check. He's had one hit.
Right. So I'm like, what do you get this money?
Let me tell you something. I hear that song every year, so I know he's getting some type of bread. So
wait, what'd you say?
I hear that one song every year and something.
Oh, okay.
Commercial,
royalty.
So he's getting something. Okay.
Royalty.
So basically, the girl comes in and says, I've been with a guy for 5 years. 3 of the years or 2 of the years, I can't remember if it was 3 or 2, but let's just, for the sake of saying, for the fuck's sake, let's just say 2 of the years, 3 of the years, he's been the breadwinner, right?
Wait, he's what?
He's been the breadwinner.
Okay.
Okay. So she was in school. He was winning the money, bringing in the dough. And over the last 2 years, the roles have reversed. Now, she is the breadwinner, and
Mm-hmm.
he is not the breadwinner because he has made some bad business decisions that have left him a little on the downside. So now she's looking at him differently, not only because of his bad business decisions, but because he's also not making more than she is. And I just want to kind of get, like, her question to Joe was, should she stick around or should she move on? So before you say anything, I want to give my 2 cents. I think she's wrong in that, because when you were going to school and you weren't bringing in the money, he was helping you. I'm going to say he was probably helping you out with school or whatever the case may be. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to say if they were living together, if there was any situation like that where they were,
regardless, she didn't have to worry about
you didn't have to worry.
that. Yeah, about
Now,
the basics of.
he's made some bad business decisions. We all have, where there's credit cards, PPP loans. That wasn't me, or anything of that nature.
I wasn't smart enough to get one.
Or anything of that nature. She feels, or she is looking at him differently. And I just feel like he's giving you the grace. Now it's your turn to repay. And I think what it is, I just feel like she probably is giving him the grace, but she's like, nigga, you need to pick it up. Like, that's where I think she's at with it. And so I feel like, with all of this being said, I feel like she's already halfway out the door. And my thing is, if you having thoughts about moving on or stepping out, then just leave. But I also feel like he does deserve some type of grace, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what your thoughts on it. And I could send you the thing so you could kind of get a better, I will send you the clip afterwards so you could get a better understanding. And maybe we can continue it on next week. But like Joe Budden was like, if she want to leave, she could leave.
He would, because she was asking him that. So he told her he thinks she should leave.
Basically, his response was like, you don't deserve, like, you don't, if you are making more money, if you're in a different bracket, if you've had a come up, then you have every right to get up and leave.
I think we said this before, maybe you and me, or I was talking to someone. I think nowadays in relationships, money is very important.
It is literally the only thing that I've heard people talk.
It's like a business. Like, this is the thing. Money, yes, it's important.
Yes.
I think, and when I say some women, a lot of this is like a lot of my friends, and I mean like a good group of like 10, 15 women that I know who do well for themselves and who are single. Okay. Money's important, but if a man is not making a certain amount of money, I really don't think that's a big problem. I think a lot of women right now, we're just needing a man to take care of, to just have some money. Like, you're at least have some money, you can take care of yourself, you can have something to bring to the table. It might not be as much or whatever, because we've already said, yes, especially Black women, they're equivalent to making money. I saw a little thing posted today that said that women under the age of 30 are now actually kind of making just as much or more than men. So women are on the come up, even in this whole disparity of, women not being paid as much as men. So right. It's more of a come up even in that, outside of just being an entrepreneur on your own as a woman.
Right.
But I just don't want men to think this. Yes, we want you to have money. I think you want us to be able to have us some money too. I really think you want to know that your girl can pay for something just as much as you want you to do that. But if you make less than us, I don't think that's a problem. To each his own. It might be a problem to a certain woman, but I'm not tripping. My friend, two of my friends have been married now. They'll be going on 11 years. So high school sweethearts. One of them, she used to always tell me what they do in their relationship is they make sure they have enough money. If one of them loses their job, one of their income can at least take care of them for a couple months, at least like 3 months. If 5 months we can do it, that's what they try to make sure, or we have enough money saved to where one income can support our family.
Right.
And I think that's dope. That's smart. That's smart to do. And it's not based on man or woman. It's based on us coming together, knowing we're a unit and one of us got us, because that's the thing. When you get married, you're supposed to have each other back.
Right.
So I don't want men to feel like if you have less than, and now a woman's in a whole new tax bracket, that you need to leave now. Yes, you said a key word, grace. I think we don't give people enough grace. I don't give enough people grace at times. I've been doing better because I want people to give me grace. Like I said, I understand people go through things. So I need to be better at that. But at the same time, I think she needs to give him grace that he made bad decisions. But then I'm thinking, was he not talking to you about the decisions he was making? Because how was he making all these bad business decisions and you didn't know nothing?
Right. I mean,
that's a communication problem.
I mean, yeah, that could be a communication problem because, I mean, I would want my partner or significant other to be like, nah, fam.
If it's a business deal, it's not like something big. It's not like
I want my partner or even a friend, my nigga, that's not a good deal. Like that's
right. Or at least tell them like, hey, I got this good thing going on. This is what I'm doing or whatever. Even maybe not to ask for your opinion, but just tell her what's going on. Exactly. But I think women, we do this. When men start making lots of bad decisions, then we up here thinking, can you make a good one? Because they were questioning your decision-making skills.
Right.
So I think she has right to feel like, well, dang, you done made countless bad decisions. Then I gotta start questioning your decision-making skills. So I don't think she should leave him just from what I've heard.
Right.
I think she should give him some grace.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if that's big for her and she needs this man to now be making just as much or whatever, then yeah, maybe she needs to go find it somewhere if that's what makes her happy. But I want a man that loves me, cares about me. I ain't got to worry about him cheating on me. He can provide. We good. We got a little house. We can take a couple vacations here and there. That's all I want, guys. I need a man. I was emotional this past week. I need a man.
Why are you emotional?
First, I don't want to date, but I'm on my period. That's what happened. My period came. Thank the Lord it came. Because these birth control pills be messing me up.
Oh my God.
Because some birth control pills will make you skip a period. Like it'll make you not have a period. And I tell my doctor, no, I need to know. I need to bleed. I need to know.
So what's the point? I don't know anything about
it. Because certain birth control pills that you can take, it won't let you ovulate. Therefore, if you're not ovulating, there ain't no blood to shed. I need to make sure I'm ovulating so I can have the blood to shed. I need to know blood is shedding. That makes sense. I don't want to not bleed.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But ain't nobody having no sex though. Ain't nobody having no sex. So I need to. I don't want to. That's a whole other story. Maybe we should have a whole women's panel.
You don't know, So you were so you were emotional. It's so much. Okay. It's a lot.
I was emotional. I was in my feelings. Even after Will protected Jada. And then I saw Russell Wilson and Sierra. I was like, it's so fine. It's just beautiful together.
Do you think I think Russell Wilson is a cornball.
I think he's a little corny.
But who
cares? That man got money. He's fine. He loves the Lord.
Listen,
he's smart.
He's
cute. He ain't fine. He cute.
The stuff that he does on a football field is godly. Okay, it's very. he is very. He's very corny, and
I think he has a reputation to kind of keep though too. I think outside, I think he gives us a little bit of like he ain't no just good man. Like I think he gives us that, but
he gives us a lot of that. And then like when he signed his contract, like when he got his contract extension a couple years ago when he was with the Seahawks, like he did a little press conference and he was in the bed with Sierra naked, and I was like, why are you doing this?
I think he's very proud of his wife. I think he's very proud of
Have you seen
her
his
beauty?
Have you seen his first wife?
His first wife?
Yeah, he was.
Yes. That wasn't even a Becky. I don't know what that was. That was a Brenda.
I don't want to offend anybody, but
I'm offended.
Hey, listen, if money could buy that.
That was a specialized face, okay? Her face was specialized.
Yikes.
I made that up right now because I didn't know. I seen that. I said,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She was not a looker.
oh. And Sierra can, man, that video ride, when she came out with that video ride, you love the way I ride, I got turned on. And her hips, before Megan Thee Stallion, Sierra was giving us knees, okay?
Yeah,
Knees, hip,
even in
thrust,
body part,
gyration, ticks. She was tick. He
even in
got
body,
all that. Sierra fine.
he proposed to her to have another kid.
He want them babies. I think he's gonna make the babies too, but he
Yeah,
want all them babies for
yeah,
her.
he's cool. He's good. He's got a couple $1 million in the bank. He's good.
They're great. She came up from Future. She came up. She
I
came up.
don't know.
And then babies look like their brother, their older brother. They all look alike.
They really do.
You wouldn't even know that was Future's son.
Genes are very strong. The genes are very strong.
Yeah, but yeah, I think yeah, I'm surprised Joe Budden kind of told her to leave him per se, but
he basically said that he
it
didn't
sounded like
have
so
a
she
problem
wanted
with
to
her
do that.
wanting to leave.
Yeah,
He's not opposed to that. But I mean, I guess when you start like I guess when you start running in different circles, you don't want to become like impressionable, but that is a thing that could possibly happen. And I feel like with her making more money, she's probably in different rooms and she has access.
Is it because the woman, if it was flipped and the man was making per usual, people think more money than the woman?
That's the thing. I don't know one man that cares about what his partner does. As long as she doesn't, and this sounds very like this is very stupid. This is gonna sound very stupid, but I feel like a lot of us are just like, does she look good? Is she like, for me, I need to be able to have a conversation with you. Your conversation brings the attraction.
That's what I saw. A lady had posted her grandfather told her there's 4 appetites of a man.
I sent that.
Like,
I sent that.
Yeah.
I sent that too.
So I'm like, and I agree with a lot of it. I know I always say this: men are visual. That's why when I hear men say like I'm tired of seeing women with walking out there with the furry slippers or like the like bonnets, like they just don't care today all the time.
Right.
And this is my thing, and I tell myself, I tell my friends this, like, yes, I'm all about, yeah, but girl, I don't care. He better, I get that. Yeah, be comfortable. But men are visual. So put a little something to it if you want to attract a man, because men are going to want to, that's how they hunt, it's how they look, they entice, is how they see, is with their eyes, okay?
Right.
So they're going to be attracted to you versus just visually off top. So, put some effort. Sometime, not all the time. If you don't want to, that's fine. Do what you do, girl. But I be trying sometime. Like, let me go to the store and put a little, if make me look a little decent today.
That's
put a good bra on, put a good bra.
A good bra there.
Them good bras can be supporting.
We still gotta tell the story about what happened because you are a fan of ripping things off.
I just don't, they're constrictive. And you know what it was? It was COVID. The pandemic. The pandemic, I did not have to wear a bra. I was at home. So being at home for damn near a year, just off, I forgot how I said.
We were at home for a year and a half.
Okay, a year and a half.
Like really inside.
Yes, I did not have to wear a bra. So when I then had to put on clothes and put on a bra, I'm like, ugh.
That day was hot.
Oh yeah, it was hot too.
Like specifically.
And drinking.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of
y'all know, my friends know, when I drink, clothes come off. I was at it was my friend's bridal shower. I had a whole girdle on. Went to the bathroom, took the girdle off, had the girdle in my hand. They were like, dang it. And I was like, I want to dance with my girdle. Just in my arm.
You stepping with a girdle, Danielle?
A whole girdle. I get hot. Like, I just think it's hot. I need air.
You don't carry like a little fan on you or something like that?
Oh, my church fan, people be laughing at me. I be in the club with a whole church fan.
Not the church fan, but I'm like
Well,
the
not the one
Olympic
with the
fan.
people on it, but like the little.
Don't do the one with MLK on it. Let's not.
No, I don't got that one, but it's just like the little, Asian. Not say Chinese, I don't know, it's Chinese, Japanese, the little Asian one. But sometimes I have the one where it has like Jesus on it or like an image of Jesus being here. Just it was hot. Busting it down, just.
You are not busting it while I was with the.
Oh, let's leave with this because there's this clip of these moms dancing to back that ass up during a pep rally. And they were saying, what do y'all think about this? Did you see it?
Yeah.
One mama was getting it though.
She was.
But we're the mamas, so I ain't against it because I would have been. They kept some people in the comments said it was a college, but I was looking hard.
Oh, those
kids didn't look. Those were kids. So this is my thing. Twerking now has become super nonsense. It's not as sexual as it has been.
Yeah,
I think
back in the day, like it was a very.
We called it popping. Number one, we were popping.
Right.
But it's not. Twerking is just doesn't. I hate the word twerking sometimes. It's not so sexual now. That one mama, she was on that flow.
One, she put her hands down.
Yeah, she put her hand. That booty was rolling back there.
Yeah, we started doing that. I said, "Oh no!"
My mama was just like, they was bouncing it. But that one mama came down. She rolled with it. I said, "Oh, she was getting it."
That's a bit much.
But I don't know. I don't think it's people keep saying this is the ghetto. Comments were like, they should be, ashamed of themselves or whatever. I don't know. I don't. Huh?
That's our culture.
It's our yeah. Oh yes, because in Africa, them women,
they get down.
They be.
I seen one woman over the weekend from Africa. She does this. It was a traditional African war chant. It looked like she was throwing it.
No,
but it was a war chant. It was a war chant. Like they're getting ready to go and fight. But this looked like, and she was.
Back that ass up is a war chant. It's an anthem. Back that ass up is an anthem.
Yeah.
For women, like it is a straight anthem. Juvenile, I hope he stays getting all the coins. He better get all the coins still. But like you said, it's a part of the culture. Now, if there was men up there all up on them and stuff, maybe I'm right, y'all. Okay. But I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
because y'all be at the house with your family.
Other than the one.
Yeah, than that one. She could have kept it on up here.
Yeah,
she had to be on the ground.
She got on. She went from the knees.
And she them tight pleather leather pants.
She had it all. She was all the way out there. I was like, okay.
But in my mind, them kids need to know what's up. We not this our age. We know what's up.
This is what we grew up with.
I know my mama don't be twerking now, but I ain't the mama, but the mamas of our generation, we can do it just as good or better.
I could imagine grannies being 60 years old throwing it. I've seen it on TikTok.
Oh yes, I have too. I've been some bad old women. That's why I be saying, man, I have something to look forward to. There's some very fine, beautiful, older women.
Mm-hmm.
Just breathtaking, but yeah.
And what's your social, man?
So you can find me at _Ella on Instagram. Stop doing that. And you can find me at he said she said pod _. Please like, please share, please follow, please comment.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
Yes, you can also find me at he said she said pod _. You can find me on Twitter at Tim Wayne. I prefer to use Twitter because that's where it goes down.
It does.
So yeah, we have anything before we get out of here? Any last word?
I'm being H-Town this weekend.
Are you going to Houston? You gotta what you gonna go hit? You gonna hit camp? You gonna hit culture?
I don't know. I don't go. I never ain't been none of them places.
You gonna be
I do bougie stuff.
You're gonna be drunk this week. Oh, you gonna go? Y'all gonna go be bougie? Or y'all gonna go to be ghetto?
Bougie. We're gonna go be bougie. Me and my friends are bougie.
Are y'all?
Yeah. or we're lazy, if anything.
So that means y'all stand in the house with the cell phone.
We'll
Y'all,
go to the pool. I think we're gonna go to this wine spot. This really cool wine spot down there.
y'all going to be bougie.
Yeah, and I think we do go hookah. We have this one spot that we go to. Shout out to the local C in Houston. That's the spot to me. It's a smaller spot. I don't care because I'm going there, and they better give me a section. But it's cool though, Tim. It's kind of like the place we go to here. So we start shouting our names.
Okay.
Because I don't want anybody to know where we go. So if we roll it up there, I ain't got time. I ain't ready for that. But it's like that. It's a small spot. It's BYOB. Okay. And it's like, I mean, the music, it's like a cool, everybody be like sharing drinks. It's like a vibe. Like a club, like
it's an experience.
It's an experience, but to me, it's like a family. It's like you at somebody's house in a backyard vibe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I get. It ain't a club like thing.
Not the club.
No, it's not. That's why I think me and my friends like it.
Okay.
Not a club like thing, but we might go to a spa that's like a nude spa. We're still debating on that. Those Korean spa houses, you got to be naked.
But how are you going to do that on a thing?
Oh, the period gonna be gone.
Oh.
But regardless, though, this is the craziest thing. I need to go Google this. When a woman's in water, her period, it doesn't come out.
So I've been told.
Yeah, so that's why people be in a shower or do whatever. Like, it's not gonna come out as much, but still, that's kind of weird because I'm a homegirl. I be telling my whole business. I do not want to have no tampon on, and people see me walking into the damn jacuzzi with a string will see my legs. They're saying cute. That is not cute because I would talk about somebody. I'd be like,
would you get can you get in the whole body of water on? See, I don't know. So I don't know.
Well, so in the FAQs, it didn't say none of that, but it did say at our spa houses and they're co-ed. Well, not co-ed. That sounded bad. No, they're by. Never mind, not co-ed. I didn't mean the opposite of co-ed. They're separated for females and males. You have to go take a shower before you get in the water. You have to be completely nude. You can't go in with any type of clothes on because that makes it sanitary. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't guess that's less sanitary. But if you have to go shower,
butt ass naked and go in a
pub. The Korean houses are you're butt naked.
Nah.
So me and my friends were trying to see if we really want to do that because it's my thing. I'm comfortable with my naked body, but if I see somebody else if they look better than me, I'm kind of be like, I look nasty. Or if I see somebody else who look a little my face, I'm gonna be like,
oh.
But it's like getting in and getting out, because all you probably gonna see is titties, really, until you know people getting in and getting out. So probably like, oh.
I mean, I don't think anybody's like checking, be like, oh. Okay.
I don't assume so, but I'm in Houston. Girls gonna have body. Now Danielle ain't got all that body really. I got body, but I'm be like, damn, she look good, and I'm nasty fat. I ain't nasty fat, but I'm a little flabby, and she got booty, and then we're girls. We can be kikiing. Your titties are pretty, or I like areolas. Like,
yeah, no, that does not.
That's what I do. Your areolas are cute.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, last question. I mean, do you like big areolas?
Yes.
What is that? Why do men like big areolas?
I can't answer it. I don't know. I just like what I like.
To me.
I love it.
It's just like, I bet you got some big areolas. I'm like, why you gotta be some big areolas? That's just random.
I mean, who wouldn't? Now, I don't know. Everybody's different. Are
there little areolas on big breasts?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I would just maybe assume that they're always going to probably be a little big.
No, not. I mean, not all the time, but they're.
I ain't seen enough titties in my life. I haven't. You would think as a woman I have, but I don't be seeing titties like that.
Where?
Why would I see a lot of titties? Men see more titties than I have. You see more titties than me, Tim.
Now that is probably true.
It's like, what you mean? I ain't seen that many. I don't be trying to look at titties.
I mean, why not?
They're soft though. I was telling my homegirl, I had laid on my old roommate's titties one day. I was like, how long your titties? She's like, sure. Because I just want to see why guys just be want to lay, but it's so soft. And
Yeah.
women, that's what we're talking about, how guys like natural bodies, because we got cushion, like we're soft.
Yeah.
You know, we're not like just thin and flat.
It's and plus, like, what I'm scared of, and it's the, I mean, with women with these BBLs and stuff, like they are in places where they shouldn't be. Like, we don't know how that fat is going to we don't know how that's going to transition
It's
over
gonna
the
be up
years.
here one day.
Yeah, we don't know how it's not natural, and doctors do say it is one of the most dangerous surgeries that you can get is a BBL.
Yep.
So it's just like, yikes, like that may not look the same in 20 years. You might have
Just
to
pay me that BBL money. I'll go to the gym. Thank you. I'll go build a butt.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking anyone that does it, but at the end of the day, like that might be some maintenance that you may not. You're gonna have to maintain. You're gonna have to maintain it. Let's just put it like that to keep us long. Yes, areolas, big ones.
Big titty areola. That's nothing. I don't know what that is. Anyway.
Yeah, you do know the difference. I mean, of course, you have titties, but the areola through the nipple and areola are two different things, right? You do.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I've met some people.
Oh, I know. My friends have seen all my areola. I didn't know really what an areola. I knew what an areola was, but I didn't hear it as much. Some of my friends like, they hear areola, your areola. I'm like, what? Just say my titties, my areola. We do talk about my titties all the time.
It's a weekly thing. I just wait for it. It's a weekly thing.
This is true.
I mean, it's just gonna happen, guys. Titty talk.
And guys, be in prayer. I'm gonna have some good news next time. So
facts. You finna be chocolate wasted. But yeah, I don't have anything else.
I'm ready. You know I'm hungry, so I'm about to eat my Arby's curly fries and some air fryer fish.
Arby's fries are disgusting because of the oil that they cook it in, and I'm gonna live with that. I'm gonna leave with that. That shit. Arby's nasty.
Horseradish sauce go hard. They Arby's sauce go hard. I don't like all that roast beef sandwiches, but that chicken club.
Tomato. Boo. Whatever. We out of here.